it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. This video is on progressed moon in Aquarius and progressed moon in the 11th house. And progressions are your natal chart sped up one day for every year you've been alive. So the lunar progression specifically is your evolving needs and emotions and the relationships in your life. And if you need a tutorial on more about progressed moon, just go to my progressed moon playlist and look at the lunar progression video, and that will tell you everything that you need to know. And as far as Aquarius goes, if your progressed moon is moving into Aquarius, this is a time of emotional detachment. So you're just coming out of progressed moon in Capricorn, and that is more of a very structured lunar progression, isolated even, workaholic type, a little bit depressing sometimes. And it's not emotionally void, but it's more like emotionally appropriate. So when you move into Aquarius, you tend to become more like detached. Like you can see your emotions, but you're kind of boxing them in and then looking at them from a really objective point of view. And there's nothing wrong with that per se. That's not a bad thing. But you do want to make sure that you're feeling your feelings in your body. So it's okay to not think the thoughts that accompany bad feelings. That's totally fine to detach from that. But you can't really detach from emotion without it getting stored in your body, and then physical problems happen after that. So, yeah, that's important for everyone to remember, not just people with a lunar Aquarius progression. But then another hallmark of this lunar progression is that you start to act out a little bit. So Aquarius is very against the grain, kind of like the rebels of the zodiac. And it's a time where you're breaking down social constructs. So if you developed certain structures in your life during your Capricorn lunar progression, you're going to be questioning them now, and you might just be rebelling against society in general and everything that is expected of you, because you are sick of expectations. You want to decide where your life goes, and I don't blame you. This is a very intellectually cutting edge sign, so you might intellectualize things a lot. Your feelings, you might intellectualize them. Again, it's okay to be detached from emotions, but always make sure you feel your feelings in your body, and just try to remember that intellect isn't everything. Like, I think that Aquarius, being an air sign, gets caught up in the mind, but the mind is actually the enemy. The mind is what keeps you stuck in fear, and the less attachment you have from your mind and the less identification with your mind you have, the happier in general and more productive and more genius you end up becoming. Eckhart Tolle is an Aquarius, by the way. So, what else can I say about progressed moon in Aquarius? You'll be questioning the conventional, that's for sure. You might be more interested in humanitarian causes, and friendships in general become really important to you at this time. You might have a little bit more detachment from very intimate connections, or any connections that had a lot of emotional turmoil or emotional messiness. You might be detaching from those. But just having friends from all walks of life and having a very diverse friend base is generally important to you when you have this lunar progression, because you are discovering how diversity is actually a benefit to your life, and to hear from kind of like the underdogs of society. So people that are marginalized, they become important to you. You might feel like you're marginalized or see areas where you're considered strange, and you're questioning what's so wrong with that, which is a good thing, and maybe sticking up for others as well who don't have the same voice that you have in society. With the 11th house progression specifically, this is the house of hopes and wishes. So in traditional astrology, so when you have a lunar progression going through this house, regardless of the sign, you start to wonder, why can't I do certain things? You know, like, I have this dream, I've had this dream for a long time, like, why can't I change my career? Why can't I move to a completely different place? Why can't I sell my house? You know, like, why can't I just live out of my car? Really, though, like, you have all these dreams, and this is the time where you're like, why not? And even if you don't act upon those dreams and ideas just yet, you're still questioning why you can't do that. Like, what about society is telling you that you can't, which is a good thing. And another thing that happens during the 11th house progression, since it's the second from the 10th, so the money house having to do with your career, you can get windfalls during this time, or money back from investments and from hard work that you put in even years ago. You just get unexpected money oftentimes, which is a beautiful thing. And I think that's really all I have to say about this lunar progression. This is actually the last one in the series because I already did Pisces. I went in some weird order for this series. I don't know why. But if you guys have any questions or comments about your Aquarius lunar progression, or you have any stories you'd like to share, please leave them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. I love you guys. Thank you for watching and liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.